Okay, so I saw the Lincoln Navigator. The Navigator. What is this? Allow for gifts. It says allow gifts. Opt in for the chance to get a Showgirls Around the World, a dancer family 1 month gift membership and access to exclusive perks. No. So anyway, that was weird. Uh YouTube's got some new thing where you give a free 1 month gift membership. I don't know. But anyway, so yesterday I saw that Lincoln Navigator when I was coming out of the store, and it was still daylight. It was, probably about 6 p.m. Uh, and so I'm waiting to see who shows up for this chat because uh, we should do a quiz so you can guess what this person looks like and what I saw. So I'm going to stand by here and see if anybody shows up. And if not, then we'll do this vlog later when people show up because you won't believe it. Pretty weird. I just happened to be walking out of the store. I had to go back in the store and I had to pull around the front. And uh, I walked right across from behind that car out the front door and saw the tag, saw the car, and clicked. It was like, oh my gosh, there's that car. Um, yeah. Hey, hey. Yep. So, you know, all I knew was, hey, hey, all I knew was that, the sheriffs, when they stopped him and caught him at Walmart several months ago, after the guy was very quite apparently stalking me at 4 different places. I mean, we're talking about uh you know this guy, when I was over at Starbucks one night right after it closed, this guy pulls figure eight around my car 2 or 3 times, and I got that on video on YouTube. um and they would park 2 or 3 spaces away from the car. And yeah, and it's possible that, the other night when he parked over at Planet Fitness, and there was a car parked 2 spaces down from mine that was identical to mine, he hesitated when he pulled in the parking lot. I think it kind of freaked him out, and he drove around both our cars and then went over about 3 rows and parked over there and just sat there for less than an hour and then left. Now, he could have been picking somebody up, but I've never, ever, all the times I've seen him, I've never, ever seen him go into an establishment. And he also told the sheriffs when they said, "What are you doing hanging around the parking lot at Planet Fitness? Are you a member?" And he's going, "I don't know what Planet Fitness is." They said, "Well, have you ever gone to Santa Rosa Mall in Mary Esther?" And he goes, yeah. It's like, what a liar. So the other night, yeah, I ducked because the person scares me, man. And so I felt like, somebody who walked right on the side of the car. I saw shadows. And, I thought, God, either that or I'm just so paranoid, I'm like freaking out. So, um, and then, I looked up and the car was over there and then it left about 10 minutes later. So, and it had a lot of cars parked right next to it, around it and everything. So, anyway, but, just creepy. So, anyway, maybe, yeah, maybe. Anyway, uh, so I'm walking out of the Walmart because I had to pull around front. I had already done my shopping and I said, oh man, I forgot. I need to make a deposit to my American Express because I use that for shipping on eBay. So, I don't usually keep any money in it. I only put it in when I need to make a purchase online or something so that never gets hijacked. And so I was like, crap, I've got to go back into this store, and there's a million people. So I had pulled around front. I park at the back 40 because I pray that they don't hit my car, bang it up. And so anyway, got on in there and they had closed the um, both counters because you have to go to the customer counter or the money store thing. And they had closed them up, and there was another guy giving the manager hell, and she just didn't have employees to run it was the problem, and they'd had no store manager present. The girl said, "I don't know how Walmart, multi-million-dollar corporation, can afford a manager on you know in the store." But anyway, it was like a yeah or a nay deal. It was like, well, can you put money on my card? And she's like, we can't do it. No way. And I said, okay, well, thank you. And I just left. I'm not going to stand there and argue with him, you know. And I was front end manager of a big retail grocery store chain, and I know what it's like. So I don't want to bug anybody. That guy was already up her butt lecturing her and giving her hell, and she has to take all that crap. But anyway, so as I'm leaving the store, it's still daylight, and all of a sudden I see this dark SUV, and it's like a dark metallic blue, and it's an older SUV. It's like late '80s or something like that. I don't even know if they make Lincoln Navigators anymore, and they were just a real overpriced luxury SUV that just didn't do well. But anyway, most people couldn't even afford the thing. So anyway, I see that tag number, and I'm like, uh, I look at the car again, and the passenger door is open. And there's this guy there, and there's a girl there that looks like me, but like 10 years younger. Wow, was that weird? Um, Hair and all, okay? I was like, what the heck? And so, anyway, I did see the guy. And I imagine it is the guy and not somebody that was just riding in the car because of the white baseball cap. And so, anyway, let's see if you guys can guess. Okay. Uh, do you think the guy is short or tall? I'll let you guys guess. Do you guys think that the guy is tall or short? Short or tall? Okay, Roxanne says short. What about Wayne? What do you think? Wayne's thinking. Wayne gonna say medium. Be safe. Short or tall? Short or tall? Okay, so Roxanne says short. Nope. This guy is like 6 foot tall or maybe a bit over that. You think that this guy is um, skinny or fat? Roxanne's thinking. You're right. I'm talking like AIDS skinny, like too skinny. Okay, meth skinny. Um, okay, and uh, tell me how old you think this guy is. Nope. I figured probably like 60s, 70s, 80s. But this guy looks like he's like 20s to 30s. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And then you think that he's white, black, Latino, or something else? Because I was only like about 10 foot away when I was walking by because I kept on walking. I didn't stop because it spooked me bad. But even with the passenger door was open and this girl was sitting up in the seat and he was standing like hanging over her at the door. Nope. And I figured it was a black guy for some reason at first. Okay. Because of the way he was driving the car around and acting stupid. They always like to put on a show a lot of times, thinking they're cool. Um, or, because I didn't, it's really hard. If it's a really elderly person, you know, they're usually not going to be like doing all those figure eights and acting weird. But I figured, it was an old white guy. That's what I originally figured because of the car, for one. Because who has a Lincoln Navigator? No, it's a white guy, and uh, wearing a white baseball cap, and so I am assuming that is the driver of the car. Um, so it really was freaky. Um, so I just don't know. But I just kept on going and went to my car, which was way across the parking lot. And I came out the wrong door of the Walmart. I should have gone out the other door. But yeah. And I mean, there was a million people in the parking lot and stuff. So, here's a guy that hangs out in parking lots. Um, and I mean, for it to be coincidence, so many times at Planet Fitness and a huge amount of times over at the grocery store. And then, I used to vlog over there sometimes because I could pick up on the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi is real bad anymore. And then, at the Walmart, um, a few times. I mean, it just was ridiculous for like 3 or 4 months. Real coincidental, real coincidental, and then he would always drive around figure eights around my car and then park 3 spaces down and then 15 minutes later drive around my car again and then park 2 spaces down. And I mean, just constant, real kooky. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, just trying to be obvious. And I could never see the person too much except for the white baseball cap because the windows are so blacked out. So it's really scary, especially a couple times where he would pull up in the next row, face to face on my car, front end to front end directly, and that was really really scary. I mean, it makes you feel like, God, do they have a gun? Are they just going to shoot me, or what is with them? Because I'm not like getting out of the car, prancing all around or any kind of crap like that. You know what I mean? When I see that car, it's like, I leave, you know. Um, and it's already been told by the sheriffs, you know, to quit. So if he's not a member of Planet Fitness, is he over there just to, you know, sit in the car and jerk off watching the chicks walk in and out? I mean, Planet Fitness over there is weird. It's not the best area. It neighbors a very, very bad area. And uh, there's no video in the parking lot at all, but there's video inside the club. Um, and the sheriffs have just started coming back around there lately. They used to always be around there day and night, and so uh, I think a lot of it, in the past when the sheriffs used to be there all the time, is because of probably drug dealing. Because there's a lot of this stuff where, I mean, I've seen a lot of things in that parking lot. There's stuff where, uh, um, that a car will pull up, another car will pull up, and then it's like a 10-minute gig, car to car, and then they're gone. Or one car pulls up, and then several cars will pull in and out and stop for a minute and then leave. Or two cars will back up in the darkness uh, and secretly get a video of the car. I've got lots of YouTube videos of that car. Um, yeah, I was a guy literally doing figure eights around me and driving around and parking next to me. I've got YouTube videos of it. And I've got pictures where, I drove past the back of the car and picked up the tag, the license plate. And I keep that in my car. I have it on my phone and everything else. The Stalker and the Lincoln Navigator that's been stalking me for months, I have it in there in case anything happens to me. Plus, I put it on my YouTube. Um, uh, I mean, that's like evidence. Um, and I do have a couple sheriffs that are members of my YouTube channel, local to this area. So, um, as I filmed a hit and run that was in Planet Fitness parking lot, actually, and that was evidence. So anyway, yeah, and hell, I drove up there one night, and this girl that regularly showed up, and the guy would park next to her car, and they'd climb in the back of the SUV, and then they would be out, and she'd be jumping around up and down like a little 2-year-old. I drove by one night, and they were right under the street light, and they were doing the Wawa dance. He was standing with the door open, and she was laying down on the seat when I drove around. And it was like, damn, like really? And jeez. And but they were members of the gym. So, because I had seen them go in and out. It's like she meets him up there, and then they go in the gym. They come out of the parking lot, do whatever, go back in the gym, and then come back out together, and then hug and stuff, and then they leave in separate cars. There's there's more weird crap. And then there's the car with the girl that'll pull up, a real nice car, like a black um, Charger, and then the girl jumps out and goes kind of car to car, and hangs out in one car for about 30 minutes, hangs out in another car about 30 minutes. I don't know exactly what that is either. If that's like we'll just smoke a doobie with everybody in the parking lot, or we're doing the extra stuff, or whatever that is. You see a lot of weird shit in there. And then that is the text in its place. There's more people that will sit there day and night that just sit and they're on the phone, just texting away. Um, or doing whatever. I think there's a lot of guys, you don't even see them go in the gym. I think they just sit there and jerk off. Really, I do. Um, it's just like, and if you happen to notice them, it's like they get all paranoid. And then they kind of leave shortly thereafter. But I mean, that biggest problem with that is it's like the dating place. These girls don't really go to work out. It's like they dress, their best. So, I mean, pick up guys. I don't know. That's not what the gyms are for. It's for working out. That's why Joe Gold never liked women in his gym. And his words to me were, as hell no. I don't allow women in my gym. They belong at home barefoot and pregnant. And I was like, why? And I would go through it all the time with Joe for several years before he would let me work out in that gym. And I was the first female that ever did. Um, and it took years to get to that point. And my husband was an Olympic powerlifter. I mean, he was a big time dude. And he was bigger than Schwarzenegger back then. But dude, I got to tell you, it didn't make a difference. Joe had a firm belief about no women in the gym. And his, one of the last comments he said to me before he permitted me in that gym, which took months later, was, y'all just come in here and be wearing like hot pink little outfits and stuff and have your butt hanging out or something or your boobs. And these guys are serious weightlifters. And, if they look at some chick and get distracted, they get an injury. And these are competition weightlifters. And I said, okay, well, yeah, I can respect that. And I said, but I'm not going to come in your gym dressed like, I'm going to go roller skating at the beach, man. I said, I'll wear big old baggy sweats. Doesn't make a difference. I just want to work out in your gym because my husband works out here. And finally he did. And no, I didn't wear, raucous crap in the gym. I dressed like I was there to work out. I wasn't out there showing butt or boob or anything else. I was there to pump some serious iron, okay? And hell, he didn't even have showers there. If you want to take a shower, you had to do it at home or at the beach. It was just a pump and iron gym. I mean, it smelled like gym. It smelled like dirty gym socks. It smelled like sweat. And there was lots of people grunting and making noises because it was serious, serious stuff. And I mean, 97% of those people were actually in competition that worked out there. That wasn't just some freaking holiday mess like you go in the Gold's gyms today or Planet Fitness, and it's like, they're all proper and everybody has to be quiet and they play music and they have big fans and all that kind of crap. That, that was not the way the gyms were years ago. And jails were some of the best gyms. Um, but yeah. Um, but yeah, that's one of the biggest things. I mean, these girls, they wear this crazy, you know, clothes. It doesn't make a difference if they're 500 pounds or they're 80 pounds. They wear this really racy crap that really belongs on stage in a strip joint. You know, that is too distracting. It should be a place of seriousness, and they should dress appropriately. They even have signs in there that say you can't wear cut off tops and stuff like that. And girls still go in there. They don't do anything to them. You know, they tell you can't use the phone in the dressing room or the showers, and the people are doing that shit, video calls and stuff. They tell you can't use phone on the main floor. And people be just yapping away on the phone and stuff. And then it says all calls to be in the lobby if you want to use your phone. And a lot of that's because they don't want people videotaping other people working out in the gym. They should have privacy. And but yeah, it's so. I mean, I guess it's an ideal place for a dude to hang out and be jerking off because of the stuff that walks in and out of that gym. You don't see any dudes dressing like that. They go in their street clothes, bring a gym bag, they change clothes, they go work out, they take a shower, they change clothes again, they come back out, or they're going in and what they're wearing and going to work out. You don't see a bunch of racy crap and dudes with their shirts off and all kinds of stuff like that. Dudes just dress straight. And but I would do that too. I've been worried about you. Thanks. But yeah, so um that's the sad part about it. And I mean, when you go in that gym, especially when you go in the girls' shower and stuff, I mean, there's these girls that are just like, standing at the mirror, looking at their butt, touching up their makeup and, texting on the phone and stuff. And it's like, are you really here to work out? You know, I mean, it's just so ridiculous. You just look at them and laugh because it's like they're just there to catch a date. but, but yeah, uh, it's just, it's very much of attraction for a lot of different things. But it's the weirdest gym I've ever been to, inside and out, inside and in the parking lot. I have never seen a weirder gym in my life with crap that goes on in the parking lot and the big show inside. It's like really strange. Um, yeah, uh, it's just weird. Um, but yeah, so I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I was blown away. I couldn't wait to tell you guys about this cat because it was really shocking. Because it's entirely different than what I expected. But still, why is there this guy that's driving around figure eights around my car probably 30 times in a year, um, and then parking here and then moving in a few minutes and then parking. I'm like the only one in the parking lot a lot of times, like over at the grocery store. You know, I'll be parked way over away from other people and I'll be vlogging or whatever, and then this dude will be friggin' pulling in doing figure eights all around my car. You know, like a kid or something. I mean, am I supposed to be impressed? You know, I mean, I always wonder if it's somebody I knew. Or somebody that was sent to terrorize me. Or something. Um, what's the reason for it? Are they just kooky? They got a crush on me? I mean, and it's nobody that I know. Okay. Um, it didn't appear to be in any way. Uh, do they mistake my car for that girl that he was like all over that was in the front seat of the passenger seat? Um, you know, uh, I don't know. And I've never seen him go to the gym and like be waiting to pick somebody up because I thought, well, maybe he's just there just to pick somebody up. But even the other day, I didn't see, car doors open or anything like that while I was there. But then again, I felt like somebody walked around on one side of my car, and that's why I ducked. I was scared, and so yeah. But you got to follow your feelings sometimes, and usually mine are right. So, but you don't know exactly keep a distance. Oh yeah, well usually I just leave. But I mean, this guy, appeared at four different places, solid, for about 4 months. Okay, and I'm talking about like even after like the stores are closing, and I'm in a parking lot vlogging, and this joker will come in and be doing figure eights around my car, and then park 4 spaces down, and 10 minutes later move, you know, drive around in a circle, and then move 2 more spaces closer to me, and just weird crap. Hell, I was at Walmart the one night that I talked to the sheriffs after I went to the gym, and I gave them the guy's tag number, the whole thing, and they were immediately on the computer running the tag to see who owned the car, and because I said, well, if you could get a tag number, and I said, man, I got pictures of the car, I got videos of the car, and I got the tag number. Really? And they walked me to my car, and I gave them all the info. And they were immediately on the computer running the mate to find out who the guy is and or who the person was because I didn't know if it was a girl, guy, or what. All I saw was a white baseball cap, and so because the windows are real black, and it's usually at night when this person appears. But it's at Planet Fitness, Starbucks, the grocery store, and Fort Walton Walmart. Yep, it's a lot of places to be coincidental. But I don't find it a coincidence that they're pulling figure eights around my car and then parking. Okay, it's not like I look up and there's the car. It's like they literally drive around circles or pull figure eights around my car and then they go park. You know, it's just really spooky. But when I was at Fort Walton Walmart that night after I'd met with the sheriffs about an hour and a half earlier, because they told me next time you see him, you call us. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, you know, okay. And so, hour and a half later, I'm at Fort Walton Walmart, and I'm pulled around back, and I'm YouTubing, and uh, a matter of fact, I had gone in the store and purchased something to eat. Came back out. It was about 8 o'clock at night, and I parked on a side lot, over by the grocery pickup thing, which the grocery pickup had like just closed. Okay, and so I was going to get in the car, and then all of a sudden, here come that freaking car, and I said, "Surely that's not that car." And was doing the little figure eight things, and then parked about 6 spaces away from me, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And then, so, uh, I was spooked. I said, "I know that's that weirdo," and they just sat there. There was no other cars near. So I backed out and I pulled around the backside of Walmart, and I said, "Well, hell, I know what I'll do." I said, "I'm going to drive right back through there and see and pick up the tag." And so I did. I come back around, drove around the back of the car, and sure as hell that it was the same license plate. So I said, "Damn it." So I pulled around the front parking lot, and there's like thousands of cars, right? I pulled way around the front, and all of a sudden, here comes that Navigator. I mean, my God, like glue. Drove around my car, really scared me, and then went to the next row over and parked about, 3 spaces down. And I called the sheriff's, and they're like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Look," I said, this weird person that's been stalking me for months. I just got done talking to the sheriff's, an hour and a half ago at Planet Fitness, and gave him the tag number and everything. I said, and this person has pulled up next to me, and then followed me to the front parking lot too, and I have confirmed the license plate. And they told me to call back if I see him again. And I said, and I'm seeing him again. Okay, and this is really scary. And then the car moves and then goes down towards the front of the store and then parks over by the front of the store. And I'm like, this is just freaking nuts. So the sheriffs came and they went right to the car. So I told them it was parked right by that front door, da 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 da. And so 2 sheriff cars showed up and they, talked to this person for a little while. And that's where I got some of my info. I mean, they wouldn't tell me who it was. They wouldn't tell me, how old they were, if they were white, black, Chinese, what the reason that they were following me around for was, why they just so happened to be like everywhere I went and doing figure eights on my car and parking a few spaces away and then do it again, park a little closer, just freaky. And so MC Roxanne had said that months ago. "Oh, I bet there's a tracker on your car." Well, I had the car checked, and the tracker will last about a year anyway, then it dies. But I did have the car checked, and there was no tracker found. Now, there may be one now, which I've got to get the car up on a lift and have that checked. Because you know, the other night when that car showed up again, and then I ducked, you know, and a shadow went by my car on one side, and I mean that could have been a homeless person walking by my car. But you know, I just had that creepy feeling, so I ducked, and it could be that dude. He might have went right by and just bent over and stuck some crap into my car. Why, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I have anybody out to kill me or anything weird. That I know of. You know, I know I've known people here for a lot of years. I've worked here for a lot of years and didn't even live here. I've lived in here. Let's see, two times, three times. I've lived here. Um, before, but yeah. So I know like a ton of people around here for a great many years. But anyway, so yeah, it's just spooky crap. Just spooky crap. Wish we could look up the license plate. Well, not unless you're you know, sheriff. Which I do have a couple of sheriffs on this channel. But they already did. I mean, and they already talked to him. The sheriffs already talked to him. You know, and they warned him. They said, look, um, uh, don't be going around parking lots. You know, his story was, well, I'm FaceTiming my brother. Well, first of all, if he's trying to hook up on the Wi-Fi, you can't get any Wi-Fi out of the parking lot at Planet Fitness. You have to be in the building. It doesn't work out in the parking lot. And then the next Wi-Fi that's available in that parking lot is over by a tax preparer place, which is, like 600 foot from Planet Fitness. And then at the grocery store, he can't pick up the Wi-Fi all the times he's parked over there because he parks by the other stores closer to the other stores and it won't reach over there. Info is limited, but you can find out who it is. I don't know if they would give you that information though. Um, yeah, I don't know that they would because like the sheriff refused to tell me, like any description or any name, or anything like that. They just questioned him. They told him, they said, don't be pulling up next to people, during video, FaceTime, and whatever. If you're going to do that, be like several spaces away from all other people, you know. And that's what they told me. They told him because he's like, well, I guess I'll just do it at home then. But none of it makes any sense. If he's trying to pick up on Wi-Fi, if that's the reason, it doesn't work where he was parking. The Starbucks one night, or he was parked too far away from the building to pick it up because sometimes you can pick it up at night. But you have to be like right next to the building. And Planet Fitness, you have to be inside the building. Um, and then at Walmart, you can't pick it up in the front of that Walmart over there, but you could pick it up on the grocery side. And sometimes back in auto, but they put a bunch of trailers out there now, so you can't pick it up at all over there. But and then you can pick it up on the other side, just the side of Walmart, about 5 foot over there. So yeah, so that's bull crap, you know. If he's trying to fly on the Wi-Fi because all the places he parks, he can't pick up the Wi-Fi. So, I mean, likely story. But just creepy, I mean, just creepy. So I don't know, if um, it's somebody I know that has them trying to terrorize me, or um, if he's just a freak, if he's mistaken me for someone else. I don't quite know. Like I say, it's not like I'm parading outside the car around, places. If I go to Planet Fitness, I never park in the same place, and I am in there and out, usually just to take my shower, go in and out. I used to work out there, and I haven't in a long time because of the pandemic. So I just, I mean, it's nervy for me to even go in there and take a shower. But I just go in and out, boom, and I go different hours. I had a few people say, "Oh, change your schedule. Don't do stuff the same time. Really roll your schedule around, and the stalker will go away." Nope, not at all. Guys, we're talking like, you know, Planet Fitness, Starbucks, the grocery store, and Walmart. That's four different places that repeatedly this guy has stalked me, for months. So it's pretty much stopped after the sheriffs met with him, and then now he's reappeared, and it's just freaking creepy. But I was really amazed when I saw him, yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh. Now, like I say, I'm just assuming that's the guy and not just a passenger in the car because of the white baseball cap right off the top. Okay. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Go to this website. You're looking up a website online? Well, and you think you can get in there? Because I'll give you the tag number. It's on my other YouTube blogs too. Hold on, I'll go get it real quick. It's a dark blue Lincoln Navigator. Okay, I got it. Well, what was really weird was one time I saw that car parked across the street. I imagine it was that vehicle. From my office. Yeah, just sitting there. So when I pulled out, they were there, and I'm like, oh man, Then I started thinking of Roxanne. Okay, so here it is. L as in Lincoln, C as in Charles, D as in David, U as in unicorn, 59. LCD U59. And it's a dark blue metallic Lincoln Navigator. I'm guessing a late 80s model. With all blacked out windows. Yep. Just looks stock. But that's it. So, yeah. Real creepy, man. But just it's just seems more than coincidence when somebody's driving around and figure eights around you and parks and then moves the car 10, 15 minutes later closer to you. So, anymore when I see him, I usually just split. Now, the other night when that sucker reappeared over at the gym, uh, and there was us two twin cars right there, just a couple spots away from each other. Florida, Florida license plate. Florida. No, Florida. It has two oranges on it. It's Florida. But yeah, so matter of fact, I could just put it right here. How about that? Well, you'd said that before. May have done it that one night. Um, but uh, don't know. Or the cat thief could have done it. I crawled under the car to check to make sure the cats were still there, but I went to the mechanic to have him put it on the lift, and he had no room for it. He was full of cars inside and out. There was no way he could put it on the lift. And he'd do it for me for free because I've always tipped him in the past anyway. And he always gets weird when I tip him. Because if I go up there to ask him a question or I want him to look at a car real quick, and he's not going to do any work on it, I always, give him 10 or $30, for his time. Because I'm like, hey, man, you stood here and talk to me and whatever, time is money. You know, he's a real nice guy. But yeah, so, um, it's just, I think it's too far beyond coincidence. Uh, I was just really surprised that he showed back up over at Planet Fitness when he played stupid with the sheriffs before. But like I say, it's never gone into that gym. All the times I saw him before, never went into the gym. I've never seen him go into the Walmart. It's just this person just sits in the car, and you can't see anything but the white baseball cap. Um, uh, all the times I've seen him over at the grocery store, never got out of the car. At Starbucks, never got out of the car. Is he an ex-boyfriend? Hell no. 2008 Lincoln Model Navigator. Really? That's probably about right. It could be. It looks like all the Lincoln Navigators look pretty much the same. Um, um, but I mean, I didn't even know they still made them. They were a big deal. You just had to have a truckload of money to own one. They were super overpriced. No, I don't have any boyfriend that looks like he has freaking AIDS that's real skinny like that. I wouldn't be with a guy like that. You know what I mean? I'd be scared I'd get AIDS or they're messing. I just No. No. No, and I've got uh my last husband just died. Um uh like I guess it was like November or something, from what I understand. It's on the internet. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I understand. And then um my daughter's dad's in California, and he's not a stalker. Matter of fact, he's been actually my very best friend for life anyway. Um, but no, it's definitely not an old boyfriend of mine. I would not be anything look like that. Not happening. And especially like 20 to 30 years old, that's just out of my league. I wouldn't waste 10 minutes with anything like that. Yeah, I mean, even uh, years ago, a friend of mine, cop in Arkansas, I asked him to run a make on a tag for me, or run a make on my own tag or something. He said, "Man, if I do that, I have to have a reason." I'm like, "You can't just call it in and have them run it and see what the hell's on." I had bought it. I guess it was back when I bought that red Cadillac in Memphis, and it was like I was getting stopped every state I'd go to. Wait, so your dad was the stalker the whole time, huh? What are you talking about? My dad was a stalker. My father's no stalker. My father's not that kind of guy. Yeah, so I had problems with that red caddy, and it turned out that it was chop shop. I had a sheriff friend of mine in Memphis finally run a make on that car on the bins and stuff, and it was coming up like a Ford Escort or some crap, and not a Cadillac. It was really bad. It was really bad. It had like six different VIN numbers on the car, and I didn't know, because he kept telling me, he said, "Okay, give me the VIN number over here, and give me this VIN number," and I gave him all these numbers, and he was running. He said, "Well, first of all, Red," he said, "a car doesn't have all different VIN numbers." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." you know. So I bought the car in Memphis, and as a matter of fact, it was the owner of the car lot's car. It was the best car in the lot. Yeah, and it turned out to be chop shop. God, what a mess that was. Yeah, yeah, for real, huh? I don't know where that comes from. Wait, so your dad was a stalker the whole time? I mean, what are you talking about? And I don't appreciate you saying anything like that about my father. My father's a very respectable gentleman. But anyway, I'll let you guys work on that one. Let me know if you find anything out. It ought to be interesting. But yeah, pretty creepy. Yeah, and I almost had the thought of turning around and telling that cat, "Hey, what's the deal, man?" And I thought, well, no, maybe I better not, because I mean, it's just creepy. You don't want to antagonize somebody if they're like freaking mentally ill or some crap. You know, it might be just a simple, honest mistake. I don't know. You know, somebody that has the same car I do. I don't know. So. Try to think of different reasons why that would be occurring. Um, but it's just, I don't know, it just is too much. But anyway, I got to get going. I got to leave my office, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. I love you guys, and do some kind for a stranger, and I'll see you in the next one.